Hey guys, it's Kevin. I'm going to be showing you guys a little bit on how to get started with Lidia Sobieska. Lidia Sobieska came out just a few days ago, and I've got pretty comfortable with her, so I thought I might share with you guys some things you might want to know and some tips to help you in terms of combos. I'm mainly going to be focusing on combos in terms of neutral game and frame data. I am not very familiar with those. I'm not very familiar with frame data. I'm not very familiar with poking in neutral game, but I'm guessing poking is pretty much common sense. But the main thing I want to focus on, which is my favorite thing, are combos for Lidia Sobieska. So let's get started. First, you want to get to know your buttons. Your 1 is a jab. You could press 1 twice, and you get that. Here's a cool thing. Let's say I was doing some ones to poke, and my opponent decides to press a button to try to counter me. Well, the second hit is a crush counter. So keep that in mind. You can do a lot of things with counters, and we'll get into that soon. But let's focus on the combos. You've seen the sample combos. Some look okay, but some are actually just a little bit confusing and somewhat difficult, or something that you're just not used to right now. So how do we get started on the combos and then slowly work our way up? Well, looking for you, I've came up with some beginner combos that will get you started. But let's finish off the buttons. These are your 1s. This is your 2. This is your 4. And this is your 3. Alright. You could do 1, 2, 2, or 1, I think it's 1, 2, 1. No, it's 1, 2, 2. For a little 3-hit combo. You can also do some other stuff after that. You see that after the 3rd hit, she gets into this stance. This is what it looks like. With this, you could do a variety of things. To manually set this stance, you have to press back and 3 and 4 at the same time. So, like this. If you press 1 on this stance, it's a left-hand lunge punch. If you press 2, it's like an eye gouge. If you press 3, it's a front leg hooking kick. If you press 4, it's a spinning sweep kick. Alright, so if you combine that, you can do that. Another thing to know is if you do 4 after this stance, and you keep pressing 4, you'll do a sweep followed by another kick, which will finish off your opponent. So, you can combine that and do this. Pretty cool. It's not true, but it does mix up your opponent just a little bit. Alright, so you know all of that. What else? There's also 1, 2, 3. It's like a jab, reverse punch, and 2 tornado roundhouse kick. Or tornado crescent kick. That's what it looks like. You could do a 1, 2, 4, which is jab, reverse punch, right leg, low roundhouse. If you press another 4 after that, you get this. This will knock down your opponent. It's not true, but it will mix up. There's also 3-2. 3-2 is two high attacks. It's a side kick into a stepping reverse punch. This will crush your opponent and knock them down. This may come in handy later in the video. Alright, now let's get into some combos in terms of juggling in the air. How do you do combos while your opponent is suspended in the air? Well, the first thing you need to do is learn how to launch. There are a few launches that you may do with Lidia. The first one is forward, forward, 3. Make sure to hold down forward on the second input. So forward, forward, into a 3. So it looks like this. That's your launcher. Another combo starter would be 3-2. Another one could be 1 and 2 at the same time if you hold it, but it will leave you very vulnerable. Okay, but the first thing we're going to focus on is this launcher, forward, forward, 3. From forward, forward, 3, here is the first combo that you should know on a very, very beginner level. After the launcher, you're going to do ones twice. You're going to press 1, 1. Then after that, you're going to press 1, 1, 3. So it's going to look like this. After that, you're going to run. You're going to run to your opponent and press 1 and 2 at the same time. So the full combo would look like this. That should be your first basic combo. Very, very basic. It doesn't use any of the stances that Lidia has. So this is a good way to get started and not to overcomplicate things. But what if you want to do more? Well, you're in luck. This is where you start using a little bit of the stances. So here's one combo that you should do. Let me see if this works. Actually, no. Okay. So for this one, if you want to use your stances, it will involve this. Any move that involves stunning your opponent and knocking them down like that. So it could also be this. It can also be this. Okay. So first thing, we're going to use this. We're going to use this one first. 3 and 2, just to keep things simple. So after this, after your opponent gets knocked down like that, I want you to press back 3, 4, and then forward. Lidia should be switching your stance. Should switch from a cast stance to a back stance. After she does the back stance, you're going to press 2. So in the combo it would look like this. That's how you start your combo. Now we're going to add a few more moves that Lidia has into this combo. That would be 4-2 and 4-3. But let's do it one at a time. So after you knock down your opponent, 4-2. That will just juggle them a little bit. And then, after the 4-2, you do a 4-3. This will cause your opponent to be in a screwing animation, which is where their legs are up in the air and they're stunned on the ground for a little bit. This will allow you to end your combo. So it's gonna look like this. See that screwing animation after the 4-3? That's what you want your opponent to look like. In case you want to be reminded on how to end your combo, you could try dashing up and hitting 1 and 2 at the same time. There you go. That is a lot of damage for a pretty basic combo right now. Be very careful when you're doing this. These are too high, very high attacks. While they are safe on block, they are not safe. They are not entirely safe because they are high and you can easily duck under them. You'll see right here. You can duck high attacks. So be careful because you may be punished if someone ducks under your attack. Alright, so we know this combo. But I feel like I could do just a little bit more, especially at the end right there. Well, that's where our most popular ability comes into place. It's actually right here. Let me see if I can find it. There it is. Birds and beasts. The inputs are back 3-4 into Hadouken Motion 1 and 2. I say Hadouken Motion. I feel like Hadouken Motion is more understandable than quarter circle forward. So Hadouken Motion is basically a quarter circle forward motion, and then right after that you press 1 and 2 at the same time. So it looks like this. Actually, there you go. You could do an easier version of this where you just disregard the Hadouken motion and just press 1 and 2, so it looks like that. But you're not doing as much damage. If you actually do the Hadouken motion, you do a little bit more damage. How many is that? You're doing 4 extra damage, 4 extra points of damage. So we're going to add that to the end of our combo that we just learned, instead of doing this. Now, you may want to practice this move just a little bit before you incorporate it into your combos. That is what's recommended. Stuff like that. But should you, if you ever get used to this, when you get used to this move, you can finally incorporate it into your combo, making the full combo look like this. Oops. Pretty nice. It's not actually doing 79 damage because it's like on the wall. If you weren't actually close to the wall, it would probably do around maybe, let's say, 75 damage. Pretty cool. 75, 77, around there. Not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. So now we do that. So now we've learned that. So that's one way to do a combo when your opponent is stunned like that. You don't have to do 3 and 2 to start your combo off. You can actually do other things that provide the same effect, like this. Does a little more damage because it's a charge attack. If I don't charge it, it just does that. If I charge it a little bit, it does more damage, but it doesn't crush. But if I charge it all the way, it crushes. There's another thing you could do. Instead of pressing back 3 and 4, you could try forward 3 and 4. And once you press forward 3 and 4, press forward again to switch your stances, and then press 1. That is another way you can start your combo. So it looks like this. Stuff like that. But of course, if you're not comfortable with doing the birds and beasts moves, you could substitute it for this. You could substitute it with like anything, really. I prefer this though. So if you're having a tough time, you could just do this. Oops. There you go. Let's go back to this launcher. We already know how to do this. Stuff like that. Let me try again. Or you could do the move that we just learned, the birds and beasts moves, and incorporate it. There's actually one other thing we could do. If we want to stay similar to this combo starter, where we do all the what is it? The same moves as this starter, where we go like that, and then that, where we do more stuff. We could try something like this. Let's see if it works. Something like that. It won't work if you do the birds and beasts movement, however. In case you don't know what move I just did, I did back and 1-2 at the same time. So you could do this, or this. That won't do as much damage, but you get the idea. What if I want to try to maximize as much damage as possible? That's where this other combo comes in, which you might have to do different things. But first, I need some more space, so let's get Heihachi to the beach area. Hang on. Come on. There we go. Okay. Now, let's try to do this combo from this launcher. After launching, I want you to do back 3 and 1. That's what it looks like. Back 3 and 1. So it looks like this. Back 3 and 1. After that, I want you to do down, back, and 3 and 4 at the same time. It looks like this. You have to delay after the back 3 and 1, because if you do it too fast, it's not gonna come out, because Lidia is not finished with her back 3-1 animation. So if you wait a little bit, it will come out. After that, I want you to press down, forward 2. When she does that, she will go into her cat stance. When she goes into her cat stance, press 3. So far we have the combo like this. There you go. Now she's in a screw animation. What does that mean? You gotta do a combo ender move. You could do, like I taught you in the beginning, forward 1-2, or you could do birds and beasts. If you do the 2-2 I mean the forward 1-2, the combo will look like this. If you do the birds and beasts move for a combo ender, it will look like this. It does more damage. In case you don't feel comfortable doing this part of the combo, where we have to do down, back, and 3 and 4 at the same time, you can replace it with down, forward 2 into another 2. You can replace it with that if you want. So it's gonna look like this. Oops, actually do this. If you want to ignore doing back 3 and 1 and down, back, and 3 and 4, just replace all that with this. Down, forward, into 2. And then keep the combo going. There you go. But if you want to get more damage out, I recommend doing this version. Oops, I did it wrong. Oh, it's not. The Hadouken Motion is not coming out. Oops. There we go. May take some getting used to, but you'll eventually get it down. Let's say I wanted to do something else. What if I wanted to do a screw attack? A screw attack right off the bat. Well, that's what up and forward is. Up and forward 4. It's an automatic screw attack. After she does this move and connects, she goes into her cat stance. You can press forward to go into her back stance, and you know what that means. After her back stance, press 2. From there, you could do a jab to keep him juggling, or you could a 1, or you could do a 2 in replacement to do a little more damage. After that, you would do birds and beasts move, this move. So the full combo will look like this. Or you could do it with the 2 instead of the 1. Oops. There we go. Okay. This is basically what you can do for combos and stuff like that. Just to get yourself started on the combos for Lidia. There are so many more combos that people are coming up with on the internet, and it's amazing. Lidia is actually a pretty good character. She's not the best, she is not the worst, but she has so many options. Now, I'm gonna go over one final thing, and that's the wall. Let's say I'm doing a combo. Oops. Come on. And I go to the wall. What do? You could end it quickly by just dashing up and doing the 1-2 again. So it would look like this. Of course, while you're dashing, if you're dashing for a long period of time, you'll do a different attack. Now, what if I want to do just more damage? Well, remember this move? Once we run up to our opponent that's against the wall, we could just do it again. So it would look like this. There we go. If we want to do something different, we could actually do this combo, this little move here. That's actually pretty nice. Where is it? I think it's up there. Up here. There it is. Political Storm. This one does a bit more damage than doing this. So you press forward 1, 2 into 3, 2, 1. Just like that. You have to press it pretty quick though. Because if you're a little too slow, the next move might not come out. Before you do that move, however, it is best to run up to your opponent and jab your opponent, just in case. Jab your opponent so that they could like reset the wall stun. So just do this and then do that move. So it's gonna look like this. Hopefully I can do it right. Oops, too slow. Aw, it looks like I'm too far. Let's see if I can get just a little closer. Oh no. So you see how I jabbed up the opponent before I do the Political Storm? So now let's actually try doing the Political Storm move. Oops. Oh, too slow. And there we go. That's a lot of damage. So let's recap everything we learned. We learned the basic combo. You also do a more advanced variation of that beginner combo. We also learned the crushing combo, the crushing blow combo. We also learned different variations of this crushing blow combo in terms of how to start it off. So instead of this, we could just do this. We can also do this. We also learned another combo from this launcher, which is like this. But if we don't feel comfortable doing that version, we could do an easier version of the combo. If we want to do something on the wall, we could try this move. Oops. For the wall combo, or we could do this move. But if we're going to do this move, the Political Storm move, it's best to jab on our opponent on the wall first, just to get some extra damage in and to make sure we are standing still. So it will look like this.